tell us a little bit about your story? Tell us a little bit about kind of where you were before Christ and kind of what your life was all about.
Absolutely. I'm just going to start at 25. At 25, I decided I had a problem with alcohol.
Last month?
Oh, no. That was about 15 years ago.
15.
Okay. So I decided to quit alcohol. And I just quit. And I was good for about 10 years, or I thought I was good. And I went on with my career, just poured myself into my career. And, well, needless to say, I think that not doing anything for those 10 years caught up with me. With me really pouring myself in my career, I found myself working a lot, found myself just really stressed out and not healthy. I was down to about 155 pounds, and on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, I had 3 heart attacks. 2 of them killed me. They had to bring me back to life, shock me back to life, perform CPR on me. I was in ICU for about 10 days. And even after that, I didn't get what God was really telling me. I decide, living at my mom's at the time, because I'm going through this massive divorce, I would start drinking again. I thought, well, that would make sense, you know. I went 10 years without drinking. I could do it this time. I have it all under control. Well, it even got worse after my heart attacks, because now I have cirrhosis of the liver, because I decided to mix my alcohol with my pain pills.
So, tell us, now, do you remember a step? Like, was there a moment when you thought, okay, I'm going to take this step? Maybe it was that moment where you thought, you know, it's a divorce, or maybe you thought it's something. Was there one step that you thought that kind of led you off in the wrong direction?
Well, yeah, absolutely. When I made that decision that I have this under control, I stopped for 10 years not drinking, doing anything. I could do it on my own. I could do it. I have this all under control.
And so, I will talk more about what happened later on, but the idea you came to a place where you thought, okay, heart attacks, cirrhosis of the liver. What made you turn around? What made you come back and find God?
You would think it would be after heart attacks. No. You would think after I went through a divorce. No. You would think after my cirrhosis of the liver. No. I finally got beat up and I was left for dead. The guy got charged with assault with a deadly weapon, and I found myself over at my uncle's house, and he's this preacher man. He decided, bring Shawn over here, I want to talk to him. And great. And by the way, my cousin is right here, and his lovely wife in the front row.
Yay!
And it's my cousin is his dad. And I'm telling you, this guy's a preacher man. 50 years he was a pastor, and he tells me to come over. Well, what's he going to say? He starts talking, and I'm like, okay. Well, I go over there, and I have 2 black eyes and concussion and all these other things. He starts talking about God, and I'm like, okay, what? He asked me if I want to accept Jesus in my life. I said, okay, what's it going to hurt? I get back in my car after accepting Christ, and I start drinking again. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that didn't work.
Yeah. And so he came to church, and where I was serving, and he saw me. And apparently, I'm not the guy, but I look like the guy that beat him up.
Yeah. I walk in. I didn't even want to be there, but I promised my uncle I would go. I walk in and I see him, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy goes to my church? Oh, freaking out. And God has a weird sense of humor, because about 2 years later, he becomes my spiritual mentor.
We've had so many discussions and morning meetings about stuff that you've launched and things that you've done. So you found Christ. Now you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm feeling, wow. You know, after I did find Christ, I fell in love with him. And I wanted to get healthier. And a lot of praying, a lot of working out, a lot of things. I've lost almost the 50 pounds. I've lost about 40 of it. My cholesterol is down, my blood pressure is down, my liver has stopped getting bad, it's actually getting better. Just everything is getting a heck of a lot better.
That's awesome. That's so good. And so now you think, okay, God, I'm getting better, you're healing me. There's something that I need to do. There's something that you've called me to do. So what did you launch? Where are you at now?
Yeah, absolutely. I started this little Bible study on Friday night, and I wanted to get closer to the Lord. Well, I didn't know a whole bunch. So I thought, well, I'll just get a whole bunch of other drug addicts and alcoholics. We'll meet, and we'll talk about God, and we'll see where that leads. Well, next thing I know, it just started growing, and it was getting strong. And I made it to I made this promise to myself, I'm going to be obedient to that Friday night. I will be there every single Friday night, and I was. And I think God trusted me maybe with that small group, that little bitty small group, and it just grew. He started trusting me more and more. Well, that group now has grown into Hope Recovery Center. And this center is open Monday through Friday. We have classes there. We have outpatient services. It's pretty much, it's a hope center. It's for anyone with hurts, habits, addictions. And we try to love on them. We try to give them the hope back that they're looking for. We give them tools to go along and help them in those different ways. And it is nonprofit. It's the only faith-based one in the county, well, in the city, and it's free.
That's awesome. And it's free. And how many students or patients, or whatever you want to call it, how many are going through the program right now?
There's 28. 28 going through right now. And we've had over 80 in the first year come through the program. 17 of those I've been able to baptize, which has just been amazing.
So cool.
By the way, I decided I wanted to become a pastor, so I did that in my spare time too.
Yeah, exactly. So now he's a pastor and looking at possibly launching a church here soon.
Yeah. My uncle, again, he says to me, you know, Shawn, you're going to have your own church. I'm like, I don't want my own church. I got this hope thing going. But that's a funny thing about God. I know it's from God when it's so uncomfortable, but yet that's all I can think about. That's all I can think about. It's all I want to do, but yet I don't want to do it.
One of our meetings, you said, Pastor Billy, I want to write a book.
Yeah.
You did it.
I did. It's called My Black Friday. And there's a book cover of it. How I had to die twice to find hope. I had no hope, no purpose in my life at all. I had no reason to get up in the morning. Here I was, driving a Mercedes around, living at my mommy's house, because I was going through my divorce. and feeling very, very, very sad for myself, and very depressed and very lonely, not knowing where I was going in my life. And that's when I found God. And the book really, it talks about that story that God has given me, and I get to share it. You know, I'm still blown away that He even allows me to share this story, and that He's even trusted me. Why would He trust me? Why does He trust me to tell this story? And so that's what the book's about. And a lot of the proceeds will go right back into Hope Recovery, so we could launch more Hope Recovery, so we could launch more churches, so we could put a Hope Recovery right next to my pastor here.
How many people think we need a Hope Recovery right here? So I told him I stole his keys. He's not going home. And no, he's... hey, I know that there's people that want to get the book today. Can they get it today?
You can pre-order it today. It comes out July 31st. But you could go to the website, which is myblackfridaybook.com. You can go ahead and pre-order it, or you can just reserve your copy. And right now it's $12.95, and I'll pay for your shipping. How about that?
Sounds awesome. He's going to be in the back after service. You can go see him, talk to him, meet him. Before you go, Shawn, what are some things that this church can be praying for you?
You know something? I would like my wife to come up here.
Okay.
We need prayer.